Hey Eurovision fam, it's Alicia Michelle. Thank you for joining me today. And I'm not alone. You know, I love these days when I'm not alone. And I'm joined by Switzerland's representative for Eurovision 2021. And actually, you have the title of, I think, my most played Eurovision 2020 song. I think I listened to that the most last year. I wish that Apple Music used to tell you like what your most played songs were. They don't do that anymore, and I don't Spotify, so I can't tell. But I'm pretty sure. So, what is it like being back for Eurovision 2021? How has the experience been so far?
So, hello everyone. I'm super happy to be here on your channel, and so of course, I'm super happy to come back for Eurovision, and especially because I don't have the feeling that I already lived the Eurovision experience. Because, you know, for me, Eurovision means those 4 hours of LED screens, light, fireworks, and because I didn't have the possibility due of the pandemic to live that experience, for me, I'm still like discovering it right now. So for me, it's my first Eurovision experience. So I'm super excited to go there, because also now it's been more than a year and a half that I'm waiting that moment. So yeah.
So I think the interesting thing about this past year, you know, a lot of people have picked up like other hobbies and things because we've not traveled as much. We've been in the house a little bit more. So can you tell me, other than music, you know, have you picked up another hobby or something over the past year?
So I didn't have like, I know that a lot of people discovered new hobbies during this time. Like, for example, I know some people who I don't know how to say that, like, you know, like those
knitting,
like you know like the I mean, so cliche, like I don't know how to say that, so I'm going to describe that. You know, like in general, you see old woman making, like, you know, like the
knitting, like
knitting.
Knitting or crocheting. Yes.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't know how to describe that. And so, yeah, so I have like friends who tried a lot of new things. To be honest, I didn't try new things. I think I just like get back to my biggest passion. So I'm just watching movies all the time. And so, yeah, I mean, with this pandemic, I had the possibility to watch much more movies, and yeah, so I'm a really big fan of cinema.
Oh, awesome. I would say I'm definitely a little bit of a movie buff myself. And so can you tell me maybe a little bit of the creative process behind the song? You know, some songwriters, they sit down and they go, okay, I want to write a song about this. You know, some people, it's like, oh, I was just feeling this and it kind of came organic. Can you tell me a little bit about, the creative process behind your song for this year?
So, you know, it was hard because when you have to come back with a new song, you have to remember that you have surprised already the people with your first song, and like, how can you surprise again? How can you? How can people like your new song and all that stuff? And you know, of course, I had a bit of pressure in the beginning of the process, but then I was like, let's just try and we will see. So first song, I met Wouter Hardy, producer from Netherlands, and Nina Seppermans, an author, writers from Belgium. And three of us like started to first, before I met them, I sent them like my references, the most artists I like, why I like them, what I like in music in general, what interests me, what I don't like, and you know, like those things, so they can really know me before we meet each other. And I was really impressed by the fact that we were really fast in the connection we got, and also like it was really natural. We did it really quite easily, and so it started with the expression of ground zero. So Nina spoke about that, and I love that expression, and especially because we don't have it in French. So I was like, okay, what's this? And I was getting more and more information about that, and I was like, that's a beautiful subject to speak about, because it's at the same time it's really cruel, because I mean in the beginning it means like it's the center of an atomic explosion, and also then with the 11th of September 2001, the signification of the word changed a bit. It was not just like an atomic explosion, but it meant like to have like something constructed and to come back to zero, to nothing. And yeah, I like the fact that it was a bit cruel, and at the same time it means that okay, it's destructed now, maybe you have the chance to rebuild it, and you have to see it in a positive way. And so that's why I thought it was a cool subject to speak about. And we first wrote something in English. We finished the lyric in English, and then I wanted to have a version in French. So I asked Xavier Michel from Alios, so the person with who I wrote Répondez-moi, to translate the song with me, because I wanted to have that authenticity we had in the first song, that that's like to have him in this new project. And so we just described in the final lyrics in French the feeling of receiving an explosion, like and then you have two reactions. You can just fight or give up. And what I want to say is like that I'm trying to fight, and it's like tout l'univers means in French, when you say like I want to see further, it means I want to see like in an optimistic way. I want to project myself about how like who I want to be, and also those things. So I just thought that I wanted to see as far as I can, and for me it was to see the whole universe. And it also means that sometimes we have the feeling that we doesn't have lived everything, but we have lived enough things. So if death happens, then it's not dramatic, because we have lived what we have to live. That's what we think. And I wanted to say no. Even if we have that feeling, sometimes we just have to remember that we didn't have seen the whole universe. There are still things to be lived, and there are life experience that are there for us. And also the way we are exposed by life and the way we reconstruct our life, it's always different. So I also wanted to say that we can like that's what I loved also with this expression, because I'm speaking about something really concrete, an explosion, but it's a metaphor. I mean, you can speak about breakup, about death, the death of someone. So I mean, every of those cases could be an explosion in your life. And then how can you rebuild? How can you reconstruct after that? I think that it's just by projection, just by saying, okay, now maybe this time now is a hard time, but okay, what can I do tomorrow? What can I do the next days? And that's a little bit the message of the song. And I mean, there were three really main message: that cycle of life, construction and destruction. And so that was the first one. That positivism with the space, with that dimension of something bigger than us. And also more visually, I wanted to say that to find that energy to fight against those explosions, we should and we have to find inside of us that energy, because we have it. And it was also important for me to show it in my video. So that's why I'm taking out myself of that car, and we have those three elements in the video. I start the video where I end the video. I have that crash, I mean that explosion with that car crash. I wanted to be a car crash because I had an experience with my best friend. We were coming back from vacation and my car started to burn, so we thought that we were about to die, but we are safe and healthy, so that's cool. But yeah, I mean, I had a special, I mean, that I really wanted to speak about that also, because for me there's too much for me, like the car crash disease are too cannot speak. I know that car crash car crashes is one of the most disease cause, like, you know what I mean? I don't know how to say that, but for me, it's like, it's too big. We should really take care and change that thing, because for me, there is still too much problem with the cars, and sometimes it's for stupid reasons. So let's try to get better and better. And that's the three main themes I really wanted to speak about.
I love hearing that. I love how, the story that you're telling truly is like authentic to yourself. It wasn't like, so much so a prompt as much as something that you personally as an artist wanted to explore. And I think that's really interesting, and kind of along the same lines, I think you have a really unique sound. And, I think for a lot of like young artists, they kind of find themselves trying to find a sound that really is there. How would you describe yourself, your sound, to someone if you were like, okay, this is sort of what I do? How would you describe your sound and sort of your point of view as an artist, not just with this song, but just as an artist in general?
Oh my God, that's a good question. I mean, I think I understood that what makes me different is concretely my voice. I know that it's not the production I use. It's not like exactly just the writing process, the writing or the creation process. It's just when I see, for example, in The Voice, I sang, I just sang other songs, but not mine. So I could see it with that show, for example, that people really like have been touched by my voice, and that what makes me unique is my voice. So I just trying to put my voice on the top of my songs all the time. So that's why, because I really think that that makes me special. But I'm also trying to find out someone different productions, or like to find exactly how could I sound differently, because I like also to explore new things. And but of course, I just think that, for me, the most important values are sincerity and innocence. And for me, sincerity means to stay authentic, to stay who I am. And honestly, to the question who I am, I'm just a man who loves to play piano and sing. and for the innocence, it's just like for me, it represents that willing of discovering new things, and that's why first I wanted to be a teacher, because I wanted to see those stars in children's eyes, like that they are learning new things, that those eyes that I also had when I was younger. So I just want to learn new things. I want to try new things. So that's why I don't know if I really found myself production wise, but I just think that if you think that I have a special sound, it's just because I always try to have those values on top of it. And also just because I know that what makes me special is my voice. So I'm just trying to put my voice in front of my projects, and that's all I try to do. And it's a pleasure for me to see that people are saying, I like the one of the greatest comment I received. It's like, oh, I knew that it was you till the fourth second, till the first second I listened to your voice, I knew it was you. And that's for me the biggest compliment you can give me, because it means, like, as you said, I have that special sound, and I'm just trying to keep it. And I hope it will work, and it will make me different forever.
No, I think that that's so great. And I have to say, as a Eurovision fan, one of the things I love about it is the fact that I feel like I get introduced to new artists. I get a set of, 30 plus songs every year that are fresh and new that I can consume. And even thinking about it, really more than 30 songs, because we have a lot of countries do national selections. And I think in particular, after last year with Eurovision being canceled, the national selections were really, important, for all of us in the bubble this year. Did you watch any of the national selections? Are you familiar with some of them? Was there a song that maybe you liked that maybe isn't at Eurovision, but was in one of the national selections that you liked personally?
To be honest, I really followed the not all, but almost all national selection last year, and it put me more pressure than anything else. So I thought, okay, maybe this year I just should take distance and see what is going to happen with the songs. So I discovered a lot of songs really lately. That's so bad, but in a recap video, because I said, okay, now I should just like listen to the songs, but not like listen to putting me pressure. I just wanted to really take the time to listen and to have a feeling, also to make the exercise like that people we have to do, like so they will just listen to the song once and then just maybe 15 seconds when we will have to vote, but like they will just listen to them once. So I just try to do the same exercise, and I'm happy that, I mean, there are a lot of songs that I were like really not expecting. I mean, I was really like impressed by some songs. Like, for example, I had a musical crush on Amnesia from Roxanne, because I really thought that like the video concept is really strong, and also her voice is so special. I really love that song also. I mean, the top line and everything, and it's a pleasure to I completely get your feeling of it's new songs in your playlist, and it's like artist you discover, and that's really a cool concept, and I really love the Eurovision concept.
Yeah, I mean, so I ask all of the folks that I interview this question, and you mentioned Amnesia, Roxanne, so maybe that will be your answer. And because you were going to be at Eurovision 2020, I will offer you two options. So my question
Oh my God.
basically is, if you could remix someone else's song, either from 2020 or 2021, I'm not saying you like steal it and kind of take it, but if you could kind of take it and put your own stamp on, like, whose song would you want to cover from 2020 or 2021? Or you, if you have one for both, you could choose both.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Oh my God, that's a crazy question. I'm really doing the process now of remembering all the contestants, and I have to tell you the truth, I'm gonna cheat now to see all contestants of 2020 and 2021, because of course some of them changed. I'm gonna say for 2020 I will say Think About Things.
Okay.
Because
okay.
yeah, like let's just try, like let's just be challenging. And for 2020 and for 2021, I would say, oh my God, that's so hard to say.
I'm so happy I stumped you. I'm so happy I've asked a question that no one else has asked you yet. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and I think in every interview there is always a new question, and I love that. I really love that. Because that's that question that makes me think more than the other question, and yeah, it's a pleasure to think to overthink sometimes, like right now. I would say, let's say Amnesia from Roxanne, honestly, but because it's too hard to choose. I would say no, I would say Amnesia, because I also love discotheque, but you said to take it with my brand. I love discotheque how it is, and I would say Amnesia.
Okay, I accept that answer. So this is like really the big question. I am an American Eurovision fan, and it is kind of my personal mission to get more Americans to watch the Eurovision Song Contest. So I'm gonna give you some time. I would say like try to do it in like 15 to 20 seconds. You don't have a minute, so keeping it short. If you had an opportunity to talk to an American and tell them why they need to watch Eurovision 2021, what would you tell them?
So you should watch Eurovision just because it's a beautiful show with a lot of light, a lot of LED screen effect, a lot of crazy, I mean, it's a lot of crazy things. That's a really big show. And there is no so much show that lasts from 1956. So that's a really old show. And even if it could sound a bit kitsch, it's also a really great way to discover music in Europe.
I will accept that pitch. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I know that this weekend is going to be, well, not this weekend, this coming week is going to be extremely crazy for you. And I wish you the best of luck. I'm sure you're going to wow all of us on the stage. So please break a leg. And thank you so much for talking.
Thank you.